Once upon a time, in a quiet and picturesque village nestled at the edge of a sprawling forest, there lived a little girl named Mira. Mira was no ordinary child. She possessed a heart so full of kindness that even the animals in the forest seemed to sense her gentle spirit. Her days were spent exploring the wonders of nature, whether it was chasing butterflies in the meadow, listening to the chirping birds, or collecting smooth pebbles from the clear river that meandered near the village. One warm summer afternoon, Mira decided to visit the riverbank, her favorite place. The gentle sound of water flowing over rocks was soothing, and the forest beyond seemed alive with whispers of secrets only the trees knew. As Mira sat humming a tune, she suddenly heard a faint, distressed cry. Startled, she looked around but saw nothing. The sound came again, this time louder. It was a deep, mournful cry that tugged at her heart. Curious and concerned, Mira followed the sound deeper into the forest. After walking for a while, she came upon a heart-wrenching sight. A baby elephant was trapped in a muddy pit, its tiny legs flailing as it tried desperately to free itself. The little elephant was exhausted and frightened, its cries echoing through the forest. Mira's heart ached for the poor creature. "Don't worry, little one," she said softly, stepping closer. "I'll help you." The elephant stopped struggling for a moment and looked at Mira with large, tear-filled eyes. Mira knew she couldn't free the elephant alone, so she ran back to the village as fast as her legs could carry her. Bursting into the marketplace, she called out to the villagers, "Please help! A baby elephant is stuck in the mud near the river. We have to save it." The villagers were surprised by her urgency, but her earnest plea moved them. Armed with ropes, shovels, and a cart, they followed Mira to the spot. The baby elephant trumpeted weakly as they approached, as if sensing rescue was near. Working together, the villagers tied ropes around the little elephant and pulled with all their might. Slowly but surely they managed to free the elephant from the mud. As soon as it was out, the baby elephant stood on its wobbly legs and trumpeted joyfully. It nuzzled Mira's shoulder with its trunk, a gesture of gratitude. The villagers cheered, proud of their teamwork and moved by the bond forming between Mira and the elephant. From that day on, the baby elephant, whom Mira named Chotu, became her constant companion. Though the villagers initially worried about keeping a wild animal so close to their homes, Chotu's gentle nature won everyone over. He would follow Mira wherever she went, and the two were inseparable. Mira would feed Chotu bananas and sugarcane, and in return Chotu would lift her onto his back and carry her around the village, much to the delight of the other children. One day, while exploring a part of the forest they had never visited before, Mira and Chotu stumbled upon a clearing filled with beautiful wildflowers. The air was alive with the buzz of bees and the flutter of butterflies. It felt like a magical place. As they played in the clearing, Mira noticed something unusual. Nearby, a group of men armed with axes was chopping down trees. She watched in dismay as the men felled one ancient tree after another, disrupting the tranquility of the forest. "Why are they cutting down the trees, Chotu?" Mira whispered, her voice tinged with sadness. Chotu let out a low, mournful sound, as if he, too, understood the gravity of the situation. That evening, Mira shared her concerns with the village elders. "The forest is our home, and it's also home to so many animals," she said. "If they cut down all the trees, where will the animals live?" The elders agreed that the deforestation was troubling, but they felt powerless to stop it. Mira, however, was determined. She devised a plan and enlisted Chotu's help. Together they began planting saplings in the forest. Mira also rallied the children of the village, teaching them how to care for the young trees. Slowly but surely, the forest began to heal. One day, as Mira and Chotu were tending to the saplings, they heard a commotion. Rushing to the source of the noise, they found that the same group of men was back, this time with larger equipment. They were about to cut down a massive banyan tree, one of the oldest in the forest. Mira couldn't bear to see it happen. "Stop!" she cried, stepping forward. The men looked at her in surprise. "This tree is hundreds of years old," she continued. "It gives shade, food, and shelter to so many creatures. Cutting it down will hurt everyone, including us humans." The men hesitated, but one of them laughed. "Little girl, this is none of your business. Go back to your village. Once upon a time, in a quiet and picturesque village nestled at the edge of a sprawling forest, there lived a little girl named Mira. Mira was no ordinary child. She possessed a heart so full of kindness that even the animals in the forest seemed to sense her gentle spirit. Her days were spent exploring the wonders of nature, whether it was chasing butterflies in the meadow, listening to the chirping birds, or collecting smooth pebbles from the clear river that meandered near the village. One warm summer afternoon, Mira decided to visit the riverbank, her favorite.